Hello, everybody. Manlius here, and welcome back to another episode of Hell is Us. And we have just made it to the Acacia Marshes from the Sinedra Forest. And there, we picked up our suit, got our blade that can kill the Hollow Walkers, and found an APC that can get us closer to our main objective, which on our Katoche pad is to investigate clues about our parents and hopefully find them in the city of Jova. And we know our father was the blacksmith of Jova, and our mother used to live there, who at the age of 5 gave us this heirloom necklace after she had smuggled us out of Hadea. And this necklace is oddly shaped and seems to be made of the same materials as our weapon, which these weapons are some sort of medieval weaponry that can only affect and hurt those creatures. We also met a slew of characters, one being Ernest Cottle, who we had found a watch belonging to one of his sons, which he has 4 of. 3 we know were murdered by the Sabians, I believe. And we returned the watch of his 4th and potentially living son. So we may have to come back to him. And I'm going to write that in our notes, because I am keeping notes. And in my notes, I made some kind of important things for us to return to Sinedra Forest for. And one of those things is our ram's head medallions. Let's see if I can find them. Yes. So we know that they belong to a door found in the underground ruins of Sinedra Forest. However, we can't access that door. And one of the ways that we could probably get in there is that we found a door that had cubed holes. And so I made note of that. Another thing is that, and we also found a door with rotating symbols on it. So I'm assuming that we're going to find the codes to these eventually. With that being said, we also have a woman in a cellar, and one of the big clues is that a man who fled to Taiju was the one that put them in there. So potentially, we do have we had a map available that could show us where that is, but when we get to Taiju, we'll be on a lookout for a man who I believe is named Lament. And now let me start let's see. Hell is Us. Section 1. Untitled. Let me just make sure I am make a new page here titled Acacia Marshes. All right. Cool. I think people have said, oh, well, every Souls game has that sort of aspect where it doesn't tell you where to go. It doesn't hold your hand. I get that. But I think the fact that this game particularly has that disclaimer, it kind of makes it to where it's prompting you like, hey, maybe take some notes. Try tracking things on your own, which kind of adds another layer to the game and the experience, which I appreciate. I know that may get some hate, but I think it's a great way to kind of further engross the player into the story as the character. Alright, then we have an excavator with a mass grave. And not all characters will engage in full conversations, but may still say something of interest.
Why? Why is this happening? Camille. Oh, my baby. Anna, my baby girl. We got separated during the evacuation in Tulsa. The screaming, panic, the smoke, pure chaos. I lost them in the crowd. I finally traced them back to Jova, but I'm too late. I'm too late. Oh, Camille, forgive me. I'm too late. Without one of their belongings, I can't even give them a proper Palamist burial.
Okay.
Why? We got
So I'm gonna write this in blue, and blue will be kind of our color. I wish I could share my screen of kind of the notes I'm writing, but so we have the grieving father. I'm gonna write that down. And he needs a belonging of Camille or Anna. Alright. I also wrote down evacuation in Tulsa. So Tulsa might very well be where that belonging is. So if you find something, we have a box of bronze acorns, an ammunition crate holding hundreds of small bronze acorns. I can't imagine that this is what this person wants. We have no relevant items. Okay. Can I equip those bronze acorns? I cannot. Okay. I'd like to help the grieving father if I can. We're entering Sabinian territory. Was it the Sabinians that murdered the Codwells? I think I may have said the Palomas. But if you notice, there are wind chimes here too. And okay. Where's that helicopter going? And we also have a new option to travel to the APC. Oh wow. Look at this. I have an enemy over there. What looks to be some sort of zone anomaly there in the distance. Okay, let's look around a little bit. We have a note from an escaped priest. A hastily written note left by a priest fleeing Patham Abbey. Found in a rowboat in a case of marshes. I had to flee the Abbey. No telling what those Sabinian savages will do to us if they manage to get inside. No respect for the scared. Cytheris cursed them all. If any of my fellow brothers find this, I will be heading to the place we toured last summer. Find me. May his gaze lie upon us and deliver us from this evil. Okay, so let's see. So we have priest where they toured last summer. Question mark. Okay. Brother Milos. I'm gonna make that note too. Okay, so we have a note. Don't know the importance of it yet, but it could be. Alright, let's see if we can't find a way across this river. Anything down here for us? No. Shoot their weapons for now. Should the combat prove too easy or difficult, various aspects of enemy power can be customized in settings, gameplay. Let's take a look at that actually. I wasn't expecting... Okay, so you can adjust the enemy health and damage as well as how aggressive they are. Death penalty. When the player is defeated, all enemies killed since the last save point will be reset, along with the XP and shards gathered from them. Okay. I don't... Okay. Interesting that is an option. Again, I don't know if enemies will respawn or not. Village of Jova, Pantheon Abbey. So if we go forward, we'll find Jova. If we go to the right, we'll find Pantheon Abbey. Oh. Well, our mission is to go to Jova, but I can't help but to explore. Okay, that was a really strong attack there. Doesn't look like I can go to Pantheon Abbey, and there is a new enemy variant over there. And there's no jump mechanic either, so it looks like we're going to be heading to Jova for the time being. Let's see if we can explore up here as well. Oh, wow. Okay, that... let's see. Let's distract them. I don't know what that was, but kind of a cool looking character nonetheless. They're like angels almost. We have a small basic meal, which is great. That place is teeming with hollow walkers of different varieties, and in the distance, a strange obelisk. Alright. We have a little metal hut here. It's kind of straight off the beaten path a little bit. Oh no. Let's... Nice. Let's take a look at that note, too. A note from a sole survivor recounting the grim fate of a tank crew found on a fallen Sabinian soldier in a case of marshes. This isn't how I imagined the end, bleeding out in a fucking swamp. Damn it, smells like shit. It's fucking lunatics, out of nowhere. One of them runs up to the tank carrying some kind of shape-charged thermite bullshit. Blasted right through the hole and took out the entire crew. Pretty much vaporized himself too, desperate fuck. No idea how I survived. Doesn't matter though, does it? If anyone finds this, make sure they all pay. Terrible way to go, and you know, definitely lives up to the Hell Is Us namesake. Yeah. Alright. Let's see what kind of monstrosity this enemy is, but we have a new module, Forward Charge. Its use mechanic is a tap, which requires no lock on. It's got a 3-minute cooldown, but does 540 damage. Database, logic module number M Mike Lima 001. Unit propels the user forward towards a target, resulting in high velocity impact force to all limbic entities in its trajectory. And a drone bypass. Additional drone abilities are gained by equipping new modules in the Datapad's drone tab. I wonder if I have to like purchase or upgrade my drone. No, I don't. Awesome. It just allows me to do it. That's great. So now I can use that. Okay, that enemy's dead. Let's see. Oh wow, that's got some range. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Nothing in this little hut. We have a bridge that'll take us over to Patham Abbey, and we have a save point too. Okay, some stairs. Okay, nothing over there, but there is a crossing point. And look at this. The town of Jova welcomes you. Proud Northern Umbrahan. It's got that eye symbol that looks like it was placed after the fact. Yeah, that these dual axes are really good at kind of like putting them in a stun lock almost. Okay, that up there looks dangerous. And there's an entrance over there. But one over here as well. I wonder if, because I see a guard up there, I wonder if we go into this place, if it has any change on the story, or let's go up here and kind of see what's what. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm gonna wait to kind of take those guys on. That's for sure. But maybe in the meantime, I can... So, okay, interesting. Okay, cool. Okay, that guy looks mildly dangerous. I wonder if it's better if I try and go to Sanctuary. Door's locked from the other side. Definitely Souls-like. Let's see if these good people will welcome me. Probably should sheathe my weapons.
I'm only permitted to play Sabinian classics, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, I only happen to know one of their dreadful compositions. I'm getting the impression that Captain Voss is tired of hearing the same tune over and over again. I need to learn some new pieces before I end up against the wall. I'm getting the impression the soldiers have begun whispering their complaints into Voss's ear. They're fed up with my lack of variety, and Voss's patience is wearing thin. I can feel it. I'm getting the
Okay. So we have the fiddler. Who's this gentleman? We have decoded orders below. And this is from the Asterian Armed Forces High Command to all AAF battalions, army battalions that is. And this order states that across all active fronts and supply lines, AAF forces may encounter unmarked soldiers wearing black uniforms. All AAF forces are ordered to completely disregard and ignore these soldiers. Do not under any circumstance engage, impede, or otherwise interact. Their objectives are irrelevant to our own and pose no threat to AAF operations. So it's a non-interaction policy towards essentially the soldiers, these OMSIV soldiers.
I don't know how you managed to get here, and I don't care. I have my orders not to interfere with your operations. Just do me the same courtesy. That's all we need. A bunch of fucking outsiders roaming around our country. I strongly suggest you avoid my men. They have enough to worry about.
Who are you?
I'm Captain Vass, 6th Battalion, 3rd Company of the Asterian Armed Forces. I'm in charge here. Jova is part of Asteria now, so everything here belongs to the Sabinian cause. I'll follow my orders for now, but there's a limit. The way I see it, you're not bulletproof, and you're alone. I think we understand each other.
Guy's kind of an asshole. Let's ask about these general knowledge
It's
things.
the greatest country on this spinning ball of ours. Well, if it wasn't for the Palamists bringing us down several notches. When we finally get rid of them, Hadea will rise like it once did under King Aster. He was by far our greatest monarch. Look at what we've accomplished with fewer men and resources. We've captured the entire province of Umbrahan and pushed into Argola. I'm guessing we would have Trisk, the capital city of Argola, if it weren't for those damn things. The Asterian armed forces will swing around and liberate Jehania when the fighting resumes. You know the saying, right? Owen peacekeepers are as useful as a second asshole on your elbow. Useless outsider trash. We are superior in every way. We've dominated the arts, business, education, and politics for decades, if not centuries. We need to progress. The only way to achieve greatness is to rid ourselves of the Palamist swine. They're drowning in their own filth. We need to step on their heads and hold them underwater. If we let them, those bastards will drag us down with them.
Sounds like the Sabinians have a bit of a superiority complex towards the Palamas.
They're insects. Look at what they did to that Sabinian family in the marsh. Now, I know what you're thinking. What about the Palamists in the forest? Killing their women and children and sending their men to work camps? But they're not women. They're not children. And they certainly aren't men. When you have a cockroach problem in your home, you don't negotiate with the vermin to leave. You exterminate them.
Sounds very 1939 German.
I don't know what they are, but I do know they aren't interested in the town. If they were, I wouldn't be standing here. I sent a scouting party to try to figure out what we're dealing with here, but they never came back. I've been observing them for quite some time. They have no discernible pattern, rules, or hierarchy. In fact, the only thing they seem interested in is that strange dome-like mass in the marsh. My guess is they came out of it. I'd order a salvo on the damn thing, but I don't want to kick the hornet's nest.
Okay, that's kind of a interesting thing for him to say. That I'm assuming he's talking about that black dome-like thing that we saw spiking out there in the marsh when we first entered. So I'm just gonna put black dome with a connection to the creatures. All right, let's ask questions regarding our investigation.
What happened here?
Justice happened here. If you think the Palamists aren't doing the same thing to us, you're a fucking idiot. Jova's part of Asteria's relocation program. We were gonna get everything ready for the migrating Sabinian families. That was before these damn creatures showed up.
So they were really trying to move out the current people of Jova to bring in their own.
I'm looking for Jova's blacksmith. Have you seen him?
He must have left with the Owen convoy. Can't find the son of a bitch anywhere. We had a good deal. Our Corps of Engineers went dark right about when the creatures appeared. He was gonna help rebuild Jova. If you find him, tell him he can come back. I'll go easy on him.
Where was the ON convoy going?
I have no idea, and I couldn't care less. They're either brave or stupid to have made a run for it. My money's on stupid. Wherever they're going, I'm sure they didn't get very far from their outpost.
Okay, yeah, that was gonna be my next question: is where was the outpost?
Where's the ON outpost?
The outpost is northeast of here, on the outskirts of town. It's on the street behind the blacksmith's forge.
Okay, so we have to go northeast, street behind blacksmith forge. Okay. Well, we'll take our leave then, Captain. Alright, let's look at our Katoche and see exactly what we have updated. And a couple new things. So first at the village of Jova is scarred by a recent battle and is in a very bad state. Nestled atop a hill overlooking a marsh, which is currently occupied by the Asterian armed forces. What we also have is this Owen convoy that recently left the village of Jova. And they had an outpost in the northeastern part of Jova. White military trucks with the Organized Nations logo on them is what we're looking for, because that has a connection to our father, who is the blacksmith of Jova that may have left on that convoy. His current location is unknown. And Captain Voss has also entered the fray, who's the captain of the 6th Battalion, 3rd Company of the Assyrian Armed Forces, and the highest ranking officer in Jova. Okay, and the Owen outpost has been added to our locations. And it says that it's the regional headquarters of the Owen military personnel. Alright. Let's see what we can find in this place. Oof. That is quite messed up.
Painting their horrible deeds for all to see? It's the first thing we saw when we rolled into the marsh. We weren't gonna let that slide. No way. Palamis pulled similar shit in my village. It's the reason I enlisted. Painting their we weren't... This is the life, man. For years I waited for this fucking war and it finally arrived. 2 years and we're just getting started. You know what's exhausting? Pretending that everything is okay. Love thy neighbor bullshit. It's about time we rid ourselves of the Palamists. I'll drink to that.
What do you have to say?
Yeah, see that guy? Looking through the binoculars, standing safely behind the sandbags? That's the captain. I suggest you chat with him before you wander into trouble.
Good to know. Thanks, gentlemen. Kind of a grim outlook that each of them have. We have a break in the wall here. So we have a new usable item, a limbic battery. Small. And this provides 34 limbic regen per second for a duration of 30 seconds. Increased limbic energy regeneration. And it's a single-use device. Condensed limbic energy cells slowly releases stored energy on contact with limbic material. Okay. We also have a house here.
I was part of the mob that hung those civilians in the marsh. I don't know what came over me. Now these soldiers make sure I pay for my crime every single night. And I deserve it. I knew all of them. We were neighbors. I taught their children. Those kids were my life. Rebecca, Talum, Justina, especially little Cyril Kun. I want to remember who I was back then, before all of this happened. I need to wake up from this nightmare. Sethers, forgive me. I was part of the mob.
It's sad. I can only imagine what those soldiers are doing to her. And this house is in a pretty grisly state. There's a chain on the bed too. Well, 2 chains. Military boots. Clothes, bottles strewn everywhere. And those look like condoms everywhere too. I really know how to paint a picture. Quite sad. Quite sad indeed. Okay. That looks like the Owen headquarters right there. Let's kind of explore this city a little bit more.
Poor bastard. Next time he falls, I'll let him choke a little longer.
Oh, what?
His gaze be upon you, my son.
This is the priest that fled. Where was it? This is Brother Milos. Pantham Happy.
You're not from here, are you? I know everyone around here. And yet, there is a way about you that is familiar to me.
Who are you?
I am Abbot Jaffer, the spiritual leader of Pantham Abbey. My life started here, and it seems it will end here. I don't know where you are from, but I'm afraid you've wandered into hell.
Oh, Jesus.
The roots of hatred run deep and far across Hadea. This isn't the first time we've been caught in a perpetual cycle of violence. Sethrus's benevolence lives in all of us. But the serpent also lives in us. He does not dare show himself until the laws and customs have fallen. When that happens, you will quickly realize that the chains holding civilized men are weak. Steel yourself, my son. The serpent strikes when we are at our most vulnerable. This war is a sword sharpened by propaganda and religious intolerance, slicing and dicing up what generations built over centuries within days. The exchange of cruel and violent acts and the lies perpetuated by the media all played their part. I was shocked to hear that even priests were involved in spreading hateful rhetoric. Now look at us. I see only darkness ahead, but I have faith in Sethrus. I believe Hadeans can quell their emotions and come back to reason. They must, or all will fall to ruin. Lieutenant Rue was the first outsider I ever encountered. She was as curious about our customs and traditions as I was about hers. This Buddha she spoke of is a fascinating figure. I was saddened to hear that the outside world seems to fall prey to the same dark impulses as Hadeans, which is partly why the peacekeepers exist. Being a peacekeeper is admirable. Risking one's life for the betterment of others is a noble pursuit. No matter how hard they try, I refuse to hate them and never will. We both share the same land and God. There is plenty of room for peaceful coexistence, and Sethrus has plenty of love to spare. I'm not naive. I understand why things are the way they are, but that doesn't mean I have to accept them. How do we stop the spread of hatred from one generation to the next? I lack the wisdom to know the answer, but know where to begin. I need to start with the next generation. The children of this war must let go of their hatred if we are to climb out of the hole we dug for ourselves. There is a moment in history that all Palamists should reflect on, if not regret entirely. The country was ruled by a heavy-handed theocracy, with one thing in mind: power. A young charismatic erudite named Sabingo wrote several Reformation theses, which gained popularity. What did the Palamist traditionalists do? They hunted them down. They accused them of heresy and burned them at the stake. They were Palamists who only wanted reform. Nothing is easier than listening and finding common ground. It is effortless compared to the alternative. That moment of hubris sent us on the path of endless wars. We don't learn from our mistakes. We only seem to repeat them. I overheard the guards speaking of such creatures. If what they describe is accurate, then the darkest days are ahead of us. In specific passages, the Holy Kata speaks of Tiar's demons. Some of these passages relate to the curse of Tiar, brought on by the great sins of destructive emotions. These writings were meant to be interpreted as metaphors and stories, to teach and inform us. Could this be happening? May his eye protect us.
Okay. Good backstory from, I guess you could say, a neutral party, right? You know, very great world crafting, introducing religion, how people interpret that religion. I think it's all wonderful. Let's ask where the Abbey is.
Where's the Abbey?
It's southeast of Jova, sitting on a rocky plateau. From the marshes you can see its beautiful golden spheres and Sethrus's ever-watchful eye.
Is southeast of Jova, and it's on a rocky plateau surrounded by golden spheres, whether that's metaphorical or not.
Tread lightly, my son. Captain Voss sent some of his men to ransack the Abbey. He's obsessed with finding a treasure that does not exist.
Treasure? Question mark?
They can keep beating me for as long as they want. I have no idea what they are talking about.
Why is Captain Voss doing this to you?
Captain Voss is a criminal and thief parading as a soldier. You don't believe me? Look inside his trucks. They are filled with things he stole from Palamist families. It is the reason why he arrested me. He can beat me as long as he likes. My answer will always remain the same. There is nothing of value in the Abbey besides our barrels of mead.
What happened here?
Madness and hatred happened here, and lots of it. When I finally managed to get back from Tulsi, I rushed to my brother's home only to find my niece Rebecca orphaned.
Rebecca was one of the children that lady named.
Then the soldiers began to round up the villagers. When they kicked in the door, I told her to hide. I gave myself up.
Your niece, Rebecca, is she okay?
How long can a young child survive in these horrible conditions? Could you be so kind as to check in on her? The last time I saw her was in my brother's home. It's the building with the treehouse next to it.
Okay, so let's check on Rebecca. And she is in the building with the treehouse. Yeah, we'll do that.
Do you know where I might find the blacksmith?
Even before all this started, he was off and gone. A dark burden weighed on him. I sincerely hope he has escaped Jova with the ON convoy. Pray, my son. Pray he hasn't been shipped off to the prison camps.
Did you happen to see where the convoy went?
Lieutenant Rue came to negotiate my release. Captain Voss would hear none of it. I heard their trucks leave the outpost this morning. Many roads lead outside the marsh. Sadly, my situation prevented me from seeing where they went.
Where's the ON outpost?
It's not far. Turn right, just before the blacksmith's forge. You should see it down the hill.
Okay. Lots of good information we got there. I first want to check in on Rebecca. And we have some points in our family reunion mission as well. So let's first look at Captain Voss. Sent some of his soldiers to ransack the Abbey, which we're gonna need to check in on. He arrested Abbot Jaffer to interrogate him about the Abbey, and he's been allegedly stealing from Paloma's families, which doesn't surprise me. And what we found out about Abbot Jaffer is that he is the leader of Pantham Abbey, held captive and questioned about the Abbey, and accuses the Captain Voss of being a criminal and a thief. He gave himself up to protect his niece Rebecca, who he did ask us to check in on, and says that she is hiding in the building with the treehouse next to it. Said that the blacksmith may have left Jova with the Owen convoy this morning, and he could not see where they went. He is an old man in religious garbs and shows signs of physical abuse, very much so, being strung up like that. The village of Jova is that the soldiers rounded up the villagers. We have Pantham Abbey as a new location. Religious structure built atop a rocky plateau adorned with gilded spheres and the Satyrs' watchful eye. I feel like we should get there too. New person discovered Rebecca. And Rebecca is Abbot Jaffar's niece, hiding inside a house with a large tree house next to it. Okay.
Pull him out of there. Didn't think Polymus was clever enough to work heavy machinery like this. Color me surprised. Check his pockets. Take that silly little acorn, put her with the rest. No! No, please! Don't take... Shut up! Oh, fuck! You got blood all over my boots, you fucking asshole! Alright, boys, go round up the rest of them.
Golly.
It's just a matter of time before those things break into Jova. And I don't intend to be sober when they do. This hooch right here, signing mead? Oh, God damn, it's good. This is the way I want to go out. I'd give anything for some more. I was stationed to guard Voss's office. Screw that. Wait, don't tell him I said that. I hope he's not looking for the extra key. Because I'm about to give it away to whoever brings me some more mead.
Good point. So, the drunk soldier has an extra key. And all we need to do is bring him some mead. Alright, we're going to keep that in mind. A letter of a worried wife. Dear Henry, I hope this letter finds you, my love. If you are reading this, then you have found us in Jova. The evacuation of Tulsi was hectic, but we eventually made it out and were relocated here. Out of the frying pan and into the fire, it seems. A few weeks after we arrived, we came under siege by Asterian forces. They've occupied the town and are moving everyone out in the morning. I have no idea where they are taking us. Anna is terrified and misses you. She asks about her father daily. I left my rosary for you with this letter. Please find us, Henry. My prayers are with you. Love, Camille and Anna. And we know those names because those are with the grieving father. And we have started the deed asunder. Okay.
We caught one of these scumbags scavenging for food in one of the houses. A few ripped fingernails later, he gave up the rest. They were hiding like rats down in the old well. This filth got off easy if you ask me. We caught one of...
This shit will never end. I need to get the fuck out of here. I had no choice, man. Voss and his goons look at magazines to see if we fired. Whatever you're doing in Jova, make it short.
These are the scumbags that hung the Sabinian family. What a waste of ammunition. They should have let me do it my way. They would have suffered for days.
Jesus. What does this guy have to say?
Look at these fucking things. They're not the crunchiest chip in the bag, but they make up for it with pure aggression and ferocity. One of these bastards dismembered a guy like he was a mannequin. Well, they're calm now. But when you piss one off, run. Run your ass off.
I don't know why I'm still holding my gun. I saw a guy unload 2 clips into one of them. It just kept coming at him like it was nothing. We lost a lot of soldiers putting up these barricades. If they ever decide to storm the town, we're all fucked.
Speak for yourself. Alright, let's see if we can find the house with the tree house next to it. I wonder if it's in the city limits proper. Okay, we have something here. Door's locked from the other side. And here's the blacksmith's house, or our father's forge. There's a half-pipe skate ramp. It's an interesting little thing to put. What I do want to do... We have a church here. That needs a key. A key that we don't have. Okay. Owen Trucks. Where's this tree house? What is this? We have a new usable item, the Ecstasy Suppressor, weak. And it provides 50% ecstasy protection and lasts for 20 seconds, temporarily reduce ecstasy damage. And a grief suppressor, which does the same thing for grief, as well as a rage one, and a terror. Okay. Are those one single-use items? It's usable. I'm curious. That's because it doesn't say single use either. There's the tree house. Keep playing violin, man. Let's check on Rebecca, and then we'll go return the rosary as well. And if Rebecca's a child, I'd imagine she'd be up there, but something is blocking the door. There's a family. So I imagine that's Rebecca, a young girl. Kind of a creepy picture. And this house is in ruins.
Dear Diary, Mommy and Daddy are still yelling at each other a lot. Daddy says there's a lot of bad men coming to hurt us. Makes me really scared. Uncle Jaffer is the only one who still plays with me. He says we should all go to the lake with him. He says it's safer there, but I don't want to leave my friends.
Lake? Could Rebecca be at the lake? If she's not in here? Oh, there she is.
You're not a soldier, are you? Please don't tell anyone I'm here.
Hey, who are you?
I'm Rebecca. I've been hiding here since the attack on Jova. And the bombs fell from the sky. I was playing in the treehouse with my baby brother. Parents ran out and screamed at us to get down. My baby brother ran to them. That's when the bomb exploded.
Should we see if she knows anything about Hadea?
Miss Haley taught us about Hadea. She told us that the Sabinians were horrible people who always wanted to hurt us. And they gave us examples of what happened in our history. King Astor was a very mean man who wanted to eliminate all the Palamists. The Sabinians think he's a hero. It's true. Look at what they did to us in Jova. Miss Haley was right. They all hate us.
Oh, was Miss Haley? Oh, the poor girls.
I want this to end. I want my mom and dad to tell me everything will be okay. I want to play with my baby brother in the treehouse. I want to go to school. I want to play with my friends in the marsh. And I want to listen to Uncle Jaffer's sermons. I want things to go back to normal. I don't think they ever will. They were always nice to me. Sal wanted me to stay with them at their outpost, but I didn't want to. This is my home. She came to see me in secret and made sure I had food. This morning, she told me she was leaving. She wanted me to leave Jova with them. I told her I was staying for Uncle Jaffer. She gave me more food and said goodbye. I hate them. They killed my mom and dad. They killed my baby brother. He was only 5. Miss Haley was right about them. They're not people. They're all murderers. Everyone I know is gone. They're with Zethris now, in the higher place. Uncle Jaffer talks about it in his sermons. It's where we go when we die. It's a place that has no memories. You only feel happiness. It's where my mom and dad, baby brother are. They're demons. They're here because of the Sabinians. They're friends with the demons. They don't attack them. See? They're friends with them.
What happened here?
The soldiers rounded up everyone. Uncle Jaffer told me to hide when they entered the house. They arrested him and they took him somewhere else. The soldiers separated everyone. The men, the women, the children. People were screaming and crying when they were being forced into the buses. The soldiers didn't take everyone, though. The rest were brought into the forest across the marsh. Only the soldiers came back.
I saw your uncle. He's gonna be alright.
Thanks, Zethris. Uncle Jaffer is like all the great saints in the stories he used to read to me. He told me about the great holy men who fought against the Sabinian sinners. Uncle Jaffer always gives so much to help others in need. Zethris would never let him die. He wouldn't.
So, I'm looking for the blacksmith. Do you know where he is?
I don't know him very well. I think he doesn't like kids much. I saw some villagers leaving with the ON peacekeepers on their white trucks. Maybe he went with them.
Hey, did you see where the white trucks went?
I watched the white trucks drive away. They took the road that turns behind the hill with the ancient monuments. We can see them from here.
So white trucks took the road with the ancient monuments. Okay, I'm making that note as well. Well, we appreciate the help, Rebecca. Hopefully, let's see, can we trade her anything? Probably not this. Yeah, probably not that. Let's make sure we're not missing anything else. I'm gonna jump down here. Fall damage. Okay. We have that. Let's see what else Jova has to offer, at least over here. Sabinian family tree. Locked.
They recently assigned me to this battalion. I needed a breather after we pushed through Umbrahan. I heard rumors about what was going on behind the front lines. That shit in the forest. That isn't me. The Asterian army is filled with men like Vass. He is as filthy as they come. Watch your back.
What is this?
I found the poor pup whimpering alone in a house, just abandoned there by the owners. Unbelievable how utterly heartless these Palamists are. He's in good hands now, though. Aren't you? Who's a good boy? Hey! Hands off! I found him. He's mine now. I found the poor pup whimpering.
Oh, that's sad. Maybe we can free him another time. Over here lies... Let's see what else. Okay, another gate.
I should be at the Abbey, trashing the place. I bet those lucky bastards over there are filling their pockets with gold.
I doubt it. Okay, so those are the guys we talked to earlier. That's nothing in there. Let's head back and let's first let Miss Haley know that Rebecca is okay, and I think that might bring her some solace.
It was part of the mob that I want to remember.
Okay. I guess not. We're gonna head back to the gentleman whose presumably wife and daughter died. And then we'll let oh, I forgot to let Jaffer know that Rebecca was okay. We're gonna do that next. But I also want to see if I can use my drone ability to go across these rivers. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Camille's rosary. I can give them a proper burial with this. My family can now rest in Setharus's gaze. You have my everlasting thanks, stranger.
Good deed accomplished. A reward may become available for this good deed.
My family can now rest.
I wonder if there's like a point in the game to where it what would you call it, like kind of how Bloodborne or Dark Souls have, like Bloodborne you kill the spider and the game state changes. I wonder if that's kind of the same. But let's go tell Jaffer that Rebecca is okay. And I do want to go to Patham Abbey as well. It sounds like there might be something good there.
Be wary, my son. The serpent's ways lurk behind every corner.
I found your niece. She's okay.
Thanks, Setharus. She was always brighter than the other kids. When we leave this place, and we will, I'll take her somewhere peaceful and quiet.
No items to trade. What did we learn about the abbot? Oh, it's tied to Rebecca. Hiding in the attic of a bombed-out house has lost her entire family during the assault on Jova, with Uncle Jaffer being her only relative, but is arrested by soldiers. She's about 10 years old. Okay, let's go down here, because here's the ON headquarters. Alright, it looks like they took the main road where it converges past Patham Abbey. Okay. Lieutenant Xiaoru, I understand your commitment to the people of Hadea, but the evac window is closing fast. The entire country will be declared a no-fly zone shortly. Any aircraft in flight without clearance will be shot down. Leaving Hadea will be next to impossible after this. I hope you know what you are doing. I have also decided to stay and help as many people as possible. If you decide to leave Jova, know that you are welcome in Lethe. From here on out, we are on our own. Godspeed, General Romeo, Owen Command, Lethe. Drone bypass. Oh shit. Let's okay, so that like acts as a stun. Okay, so that's a pretty powerful move if used properly. Okay, what do we have over here? We have some ruins here. I wish I had a map that wasn't near my APC. I want to clear this other side, though, before we travel. Because we could go to those ruins. There's Patham Abbey. So that means that the main convoy took this bridge. Yeah. Okay. I think this is what we will do. I think we'll stop here. And in the next episode, what we'll do is we'll explore this area in front of us and then those ruins behind us. We're eventually gonna have to face whatever that black orb is, but I want to make sure that we're absolutely prepared. So in any case, I hope you're enjoying the game so far. I know that episode was a little bit more dry, but if you're one who enjoys story, background, and lore, then that was for you. Alright, as always, I appreciate you stopping by, and we'll see you next time.